Welcome back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at the particulars, the numbers for this track.
See, just a little bit over a mile, really long straightaways, tight turns. You see the banking in the corners, down 2 degrees at the bottom, up to 7 degrees at the top.
Here's our starting grid. Max Gresham trying to win from the pole. On his outside, Darrell Wallace Jr.
See, Brandon McReynolds going to make another start here in the East Series.
Julian Albarracin also in this field.
Andrew Ranger, road course specialist in the field here on this oval.
Travis Pastrana making another start in the K&N Pro Series East. The field all behind the 18 of Max Gresham and the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. as they work their way out of turn number 4. Green flag goes in the air. We are underway.
Great start by Max Gresham. He absolutely, we got a trouble on the start. Somebody is not up to speed. Car's going everywhere to get around him.
That is the 15, slow on the racetrack. Looks like Matt DiBenedetto didn't get through the gears quickly.
Yeah, it looked like he wasn't able to get that car in 3rd gear. He was hung in 2nd gear. Now it appears to be up to speed.
Race for the lead. Darrell Wallace Jr. on the inside slides up the racetrack. Gresham gives him a little more room as they come out of turn number 4. Darrell Wallace Jr. is going to lead the first lap.
See Darrell Wallace Jr. sliding up the racetrack, coming off turn 4, blocking the advances of Max Gresham.
Take another look at this the start, Phil.
Watch the 15. You would typically restart this race or start this race in the 2nd gear. Ben Kennedy in the 96 does a terrific job. And finally, it looks like now Matt is back up to speed.
And we are up to speed on lap 2. That's Darrell Wallace Jr. up in front. Battle for the 4th spot. Brett Moffitt on the inside of Benny Gordon in the 66.
Yeah, Benny had a great qualifying effort here. Benny missed the last race. Had somebody else drive his car due to a previous obligation.
Benny Gordon running very well on the outside right now, and not a lot of banking to lean on here at this racetrack. As you mentioned earlier, just 7 degrees of banking, the most anywhere on this track.
7 degrees feels like no degrees. You see the straightaways are banked 1 degree, and I'm not sure water will even run off 1 degree.
Here comes the 18. Gresham trying to take the lead back after starting on the pole. Darrell Wallace Jr. closes the door once again, and Wallace Jr. is going to lead this lap.
Max had about a 2/10 of a second cushion over the 2nd place qualifier. Had a dominating qualifying session.
And won the practice sessions that were run earlier. So Max Gresham had been the dominant race car, but Darrell Wallace Jr. knows that it only counts when the race is underway. So he is out front of this one, leading laps. Max Gresham runs in the 2nd spot. Battle for the 5th place now between the 66 of Benny Gordon and Daniel Suarez in that 16.
I tell you, Daniel Suarez has really come to life here when he jumped over to X Team. Here's one of the 4 cars they will have in the field here, really doing a nice job.
Suarez just 19 years old, trying to get by Benny Gordon. Works to the inside, has that inside line, hooks up, as you mentioned, getting through the center of the turns. Looks like Daniel Suarez has got a little better car through the center of those turns.
Yeah, that car really turned in the center of the corner, and he was able to maintain his momentum up off the corner. That was what was key here. Looks like Daniel has a pretty good car down on the flat side of the racetrack right now.
Good battle for the lead still up front. Darrell Wallace Jr. has it. Max Gresham wants it. Looking to the inside as they go into turn number 1, and they're still side by side for that 5th spot. Benny Gordon on the outside, Daniel Suarez on the inside.
Sergio Pena right now in that 4 car holds down the 3rd spot. Suarez continues to try to get by Benny Gordon.
These two racing side by side for the last 3 laps. Suarez down at the bottom of the racetrack.
You see that car roll to center. That's what we were talking about, how important it is here. Ooh, a little bit loose up off of 4, but yet maintains his momentum.
Doesn't quite have the forward bite that he's looking for coming out of turn number 4, so he lets the 66 of Benny Gordon back in front. Gordon still running that higher line around this racetrack and allowing Daniel Suarez to take the preferred line down at the bottom of the track.
That was a good view at how much less banking there is at the bottom of the racetrack when we saw from that angle when Daniel Suarez was able to turn that car through the center, get underneath Benny.
Again, this is the battle for the 5th spot. Suarez on the inside, Benny Gordon on the outside. They stay side by side as they cross the stripe once again.
Daniel is able to turn that car underneath him from the flat part of the racetrack, but not able to get the bite up off the corner to stay there.
They stay side by side through 1 and 2 down the backstretch. There's the difference between 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Again, the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. out in front. Now a battle for 2nd coming on between Sergio Pena on the inside and Max Gresham in the 18.
Yeah, Sergio had a bit of a spurt through the center of the corner. It looked like he was going to be able to drive underneath Matt, but was not able to do so.
So the top four stay nose to tail as they work their way through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch.
I said Matt, I meant Max in the 18 car. Now Max Gresham goes for the lead on Darrell Wallace Jr.
Gresham looking to the inside as they go into turn number 3 and surges in front of that 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr.
Boy, cleared him before he got to the center of the corner. What a great power move by Max Gresham.
So Gresham leads his first lap of this race. On lap number 10, Darrell Wallace Jr. running second. Sergio Pena is third.
There's Brett Moffitt, the 00 MWR car. Remember, that's the same team that won both these races last year with Ryan Truex, our 2-time champion.
And Truex from up here in the New England area. So home track for him. Now Brett Moffitt behind the wheel of that 00.
He's from Iowa. This is not a home track for him.
It's not anywhere near home for Brett Moffitt, who's running in the 4th spot. These 4 have separated themselves from the 5th place battle that was going on earlier. Again, Moffitt already with 2 wins this season, winning at Greenville, Pickens, and Iowa.
2 runner-up finishes here at this racetrack. The 4 times he's competed has 3 top 5s, including those 2 runner-up finishes. So it maybe seem like a home track to him.
And amazingly enough, Brett Moffitt just 4th in the point standings after 7 races. So the top 4 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. Good battle back here in the 11th or 12th spot.
There's another one. 2 of the X-Team race cars, the 14 right there and the 59. The 14 is Dylan Presnell and the 59 is Alex Bowman.
35 of Andrew Ranger a little sideways as he went through turn 2. You see Corey LaJoie in the 07 getting back up through the field after having to start at the rear of the field.
See a little bit of smoke out of a car there behind Corey LaJoie. That's Dale Quarterly, the yellow number 32. Dale's won here at this racetrack.
Corey had to start in the back because of transmission.
Eddie McDonald right there in the 71 car. He's a 3-time winner here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Eddie McDonald has 6 wins in the K&N Pro Series East Division. Trying to add to that. He's got quite a few in front of him he'll have to get by. The battle for 14th continues.
Battle among teammates there. The 14 of Presnell and the 59 of Bowman. They're right behind the 42 car, Brandon McReynolds.
Brandon McReynolds making another start and letting everyone know. Oh, the engine goes away from Michael Cherry. Smoke rolling out the back of that 8 car.
So there's some other cars involved as well. There may have been some oil on the racetrack prior to that engine letting go. There's Ben Kennedy. You see a lot of damage to Ben's car.
Also a problem for the 61. Joey Polwacek. Take another look at what happened. These 2 get around, and then behind them you see Michael Cherry with the engine expiring. So 3 cars having problems early in this race. Red flag comes out. We'll be right back to Loudon.